This video is going to be a bit different than my average video. Actually, it's an update to one I had done last year on my personal DNA family tree heritage, I guess you could say. I had thought, okay, that on my mother's side I was Sicilian from my grandfather and Polish from my grandmother. And on my father's side, I thought I was predominantly Celtic British with some native thrown in there, small percentage. And that's what I knew. But the DNA showed something a little different. Now, with my heritage, I still, as you can see on this map, it still kind of corresponds with what I thought. But the native side, I thought, okay, they had gone a little too low on the map. Because I had learned that, like so many other Americans, I thought I had Cherokee blood in me. Now, I know everybody says they have Cherokee. Nobody says they have, I don't know, you don't see any Pomo or Miwok or Iroquois. It's always Cherokee. And it was the same with my family. Now, I thought this because this picture here, this is my great-great-grandmother. And she was from the region where the Cherokee originally from. So I thought, I had proof. Well, it turns out that my native DNA, when I took another test, showed up as Pima. Now, the Pima were not from the continental United States. They are a small part of Arizona, southern Arizona, but mainly they're found in Sonora, Mexico. Yeah, this made me wonder. So, I did some digging, did some research, and it turns out that the man I thought was my grandfather, so he's Sicilian, was not. Turns out that my grandmother had had an affair with a gentleman who was half Croatian and half Mexican. So these crazy cheekbones I have and good hair gene, I thought came from the native side of my father's side. It turns out, nope. It comes from my mother's side, the Pimas, from Sonora, Mexico. Now, on my father's side, the native, turns out they aren't native. In truth, okay, here's a picture of my grandmother. And you can kind of see something in her. She doesn't, well, her ethnicity is a little different. You can maybe see a little hint of something maybe not purely Caucasian in her. And here's my great-grandmother, her mother. And now here is her mother, my great-great-grandmother, the one that was dressed in the native garb earlier. Her father, turns out, had a mother who was, let's say, not white. Turns out that I am part African, as in Nigerian, as in having slave ancestry. Now, this showed up in my heritage. And I thought it was due to the Melungeon heritage that I heard that the family possibly has. The Melungeons being Creole-like people from the Appalachian Mountains. But I don't know about that. And I got a feeling that the family, let's say, pretended to be native to pass, let's say, or it was easier to pass as part native than it would be to pass as part black. But anyway, that's my update. I know it's a bit convoluted, and like I said, it's a little different than the average video, but that's who I am.